All right, as always, thanks for joining. Well, today I'm doing a bit of a follow-up video to my last video in which I covered my 2024 setup for archery. And for that, we looked at my Elite Remedy. I've had this bow for a couple of years and it has done really well for me. I've been really happy with this thing. And last weekend, I took this thing out with me to the Land O'Lakes Bowman Archery Club where Sunrise Archery was hosting their annual 3D shoot-off in which they put out 30 targets all throughout the woods. So they've got a really cool 3D course and they set up all sorts of challenging shots. Some of them as close as 30 yards, I think, and as far as probably about 70 yards. And they have some where there's some trees kind of in the way and some other obstacles.
And we're at 46 yards and they put a tree right by it. I'm gonna miss the tree.
Shooting through branches and stuff like that. A couple of them from elevated platforms. But really just had a great time. One of my favorite shots is the lion. I think that lion was about 70 yards or so, somewhere in that area. But just a really cool shoot. I met up with a couple of guys that I shot with, Sam and Ted, and shot with them throughout the day. And we just had a great time. And then after that, kind of the grand finale and probably my favorite part is the long distance shooting. And I've been going to this shoot for several years and really just fell in love with the long distance shot, the novelty shot that they have at the end and gives you a chance to win a new bow. But it's just been really cool. This year they had a deer at 98 yards. And I was determined, I was definitely shooting that. I knew that going into it. So got the Elite Remedy out and shot at 98 yards.
How about making new arrows? Oh, nice. Just over the cord. Well, brain's fine. That arrow sounded terrible. Yeah. There you go. In the cord. Skosh right, but good shot. Nice. Good one. Yep. Got his groove. Better than me. That was right helical arrow, left helical arrow. Really?
There you go. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. That's gonna be low.
Just to the right of it.
Yeah, it's actually a really good height, just right. And call the dog. Nice shot. Good shot. Yeah. Nice. Good shot. That's good left. Just take that. Just out there. In the court. Now we're nope. Yep. Yeah.
And what was cool is I took 10 shots total and all 10 of those shots at 100 yards hit the body of the deer. 6 of those shots hit inside the foam insert, which gave me 6 chances at winning that brand new Matthews Lift bow. However, there was definitely a lot of competition out there, but just really grown to love shooting long distances. So much so that I have a group that I meet with for a Bible study called Bows and Bibles. And while at his house, we ended up shooting, a couple of us shot at 140 yards which is really cool. I definitely don't have a pin for 140, so what I ended up doing was just using the bottom of my housing as my sight and ended up dropping some bombs at 140 yards.
You can.
Just walking up on the 147-yard group. One flyer up on the top right, and the rest of these within probably about a 10-inch radius. And ended up having arrows in a group probably about that big, which was just awesome. Just fall in love with shooting long distances even more. But Monday morning rolls around and it is time to draw. So I've got 6 tickets in the mix, and Derek ended up posting a video on their Instagram from Sunrise Archery.
Morning, everybody. Morning after the shoot. I just want to thank everybody for coming out. We had a record turnout this year with over 200 shooters. I think about 25 more than last year. I also want to thank Land O'Lakes for putting on an awesome event. I had no complaints on the course. Everybody loved it. I want to thank my staff for coming and helping out this weekend, employees included. And we're getting ready to draw for the lift, so here we go. Jeremy Bouguet. You just won yourself a Matthews lift. Congratulations. We'll be calling you.
And lo and behold, here is my new bow. We are looking at the brand new Matthews Lift 33, and I'm just stoked. I got the phone call, they left me a message, and I gave them a call back, just excited and geeked out of my mind. Made the trip up there Monday night and got there late. Those guys were just troopers and stuck around late for me to get me all set up. Ended up, all I was able to do at that point was get a rest put on, a D-loop, peep sight, got me all shooting arrows straight. And you know, now at this point, it's time to start figuring out what I'm gonna put on this thing. So I have some things on order and we'll see how that goes, but I am just super geeked to have this thing. I do have to thank the guys over at Land O'Lakes Bowman Archery Club for putting on and hosting such a great event. Just had an absolute blast every year that I've gone there, and definitely have to thank the guys over at Sunrise Archery for hosting the event and putting the bow up for us to shoot for. Definitely been doing this for a few years. I also have been taking my bow there. It's over an hour-and-a-half drive for me, but the service that those guys do is just great. There's Derek, Chase, and Zach who do a great job working on bows. In fact, last year, Chase put brand new America's Best bowstrings on and ended up putting a new peep and my nose button and D-loop and all that stuff on there. And the very next day, I went to an archery shoot and ended up just hitting bullseye. So that was just awesome. They've just done great work and makes it worth driving an hour and a half to have my bow worked on there. So now, once I get my other stuff, I'm going to be headed back up there to Sunrise and have them get this Matthews Lift 33 all dialed in for me, which is going to be awesome. I think I'll be using this more as a 3D and target shooting bow, and then this my hunting bow, but really don't know yet. Just super excited to have this thing. We're counting down to 4 days left till bow opener here in Michigan, so definitely won't be taking the lift out for bow opener. Definitely going to be rocking the Elite Remedy here. Be taking that out for bow season, and maybe later in the year we'll get this thing out. We'll see, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Check out my full 2024 setup. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what bow you're shooting this year. Tell me what state you're hunting in and when your hunting season starts. And as always, thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you next time.